what's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy mega episode 351, and we are recording on November 17th, 2025. I am Doug, and joining me today, we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
As a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. We're back. You know, we took a week off. Warren was busy with adult things, work things like that.
I had work.
Guess what? He ain't gonna be here next week either, but you're gonna have me and Anita, the tepid team with our lukewarm takes.
Yeah, moderate.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. That's next week. But you know, we have 2 weeks of stuff to catch up with. I have never had so much news in the history of the podcast. I got rate limited by Elon's company, so it was a mess. I had to keep deleting my cookies in order to access Twitter.
God damn,
that happened.
Crazy.
And let's just pivot. We got 5 songs this week.
Okay.
We have XLOV, Rizz, Itzy, Tunnel Vision, GIRLSET, Little Miss, NCT Dream, Beat It Up, AllDay Project, One More Time. These are the winners of the combined super poll. Some groups that just missed the cut: Sunmi. I have Reseen, Yeonjun from TXT, and then like Monsta X also was pretty close. But these are the 5 that made it. Let's start at the top. First time being covered on the podcast, XLOV, Rizz. They are from 257 Entertainment. They have 2 other songs, One and Only and I'm a Bee. Right off the bat, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
XLOV has one of the most compelling concepts, the genderless concept, right now in the game. And I think it's working. It
stands out. Yeah.
On all cylinders right now. I love what they're doing here. In terms of the song, though, if I get onto the song, right? I think the song and the music video had great moments. Specifically in the music video, I loved a lot of the scenes we got going on. But what I'll say is that when I listen to the song, the more I listen to that song, I think the novelty kind of wore off, and I thought it was a tiny bit repetitive on like the 10th listen.
They do say Rizz a lot. It's the part of the song.
That is the chorus.
That is the chorus. Repeating Rizz and then finding words that rhyme with it, and then saying hiss, please, kiss.
It kind of works. It's catchy. I think it's simple enough where like it's easy to get stuck in your head. And also I think visually they have a little catchy hand choreo that goes along with it. So I feel like so far, I feel like this song I've seen the most like in social media, out and about. I feel like without searching for it, I found out about this song because of that little snippet in the chorus. So I guess it's working in a way.
Interesting. I had not heard the song until we decided that we were going to cover it. This one in particular, I think we decided a couple days in advance because we had some more time. The beat was it was an interesting beat. It sounded like a cross between Soulja Boy and Chris Brown for some reason, if that makes any sense. Like
okay.
Bang bang. Those are keyboard sounds.
I understand what you're talking about. That Chris Brown. Yeah.
It was a slower paced, more of a minimal trap beat. Meant to accompany this alternative trap, type of R&B music. It felt like the beat was a little undercooked, just a little bit. It felt like it was a very top-heavy mix overall. And then for some reason, we had giant blaring bass in parts where I didn't expect it to. And overall, it felt like the sound balance of it was a little off, but maybe it's because of that. Maybe it's because of the repetitive chorus. I don't know. It felt like it was missing a bit of the oomph, whereas I felt like a lot of the members were delivering so much energy and like a lot of really I don't really feel comfortable as a as a I don't know. I don't feel comfortable saying the word, but they were very much serving C in the song itself, and that was very
okay.
Oh yeah, choreo went crazy from the beginning.
Oh
like,
my God.
opening with the splits.
This finger thing is amazing. Whatever this is, dude.
Exactly.
The
The
one
chorus
mark, yeah.
and choreo.
Yeah.
Good.
By the way, Rizz is said 32 times. And words that rhyme with Rizz are said 45 times in this song for a total of 77 Rizz or rhyming words with Rizz.
That's
a positive use of ChatGPT, guys. I'm using AI. That was a positive use of AI right there.
That's what we're doing to burn down the trees in Southeast Asia. Look, here's the thing. I don't know. On one point I was sold, and then another point I was like paying a little more attention to the lyrics, and I was like, I don't know if I can take these lyrics seriously. Like,
I mean, sometimes you're just trying to taste someone's juice, dude. Like it just happens. It just happens, dude. You never go to the lads and go, yeah, I'm just trying to taste your juice.
Okay.
That being said,
okay,
for what we got here, I think that this is one of those companies that has a clear, obviously very strong concepting of what they want to do with this group. They've fully committed on a I would say visual level for sure, right? In terms of the song level, I think the song, like, I don't know. My ending conclusion was the first time I watched the song, I was like, wow, this song is interesting. And there are certain parts of this song that I really like. But then when I listened to it more and more, I was like, we're kind of just repeating this Rizz word a gajillion times, right? Now, I thought the novelty a little bit wore off after a certain amount of time. But that being said, on the initial couple listens, I thought this was really solid from them, for sure.
It felt like there were good moments, and I keep going back to like each individual member. Maybe it's the fact that there's 4 kids. Maybe it's the energy they bring. I don't know. I picked up who was who pretty quickly. And I say that as a person who hasn't seen Boys Planet. I'm not very familiar with Umuti. I think a lot of people are calling him Mua in the comments. Is that right?
Really? I didn't know.
Is that the right people? I don't know. I'm sorry. But what I will say is, what's his name? Hyun and Haru. I was surprisingly very impressed by their rap. Like I thought that whisper thing Hyun was doing in the in the final arc of the song. I don't know. I thought it was really, really solid. I thought it was very impressive. More of that, please. You know, I wouldn't complain. I don't know.
Going off of that.
Yeah. What?
Sorry, I also wanted to say, because I also had a comment about Haru's vocals, because I think his voice sounds like the lowest here, like in certain sections. Like, yes, he has a part in the chorus where he's quite high, but he brings it down quite a bit for another section. I don't know. I guess I'm also not super familiar with this group, but from the little bit that I have heard of them, and in the chorus section, they mostly stay high, but then in the verses, I thought they mixed it up a bit more, where not quite falsetto like in the chorus, but also doing different things. I think one section that I think showed that well was when I think it's Umuti's part where he starts doing he's singing and then he's doing like a couple of runs as he's finishing the phrase. And then it goes back and forth to a different member. So I feel like there's certain sections where like they slow it down and then they also change the vocals to match what the instrumental is doing. So I thought it was cool. I thought they were doing cool things with the vocals.
I do want to touch upon the theming of the song real quick before we move on, because this does not okay. You look at the lyrics, and I'm getting skibbity toilet 6-7 over here with all the Rizz.
Oh my god!
There's some I for one, I do not have a complaint about that. Like if that was the intent, like I will fully enjoy that. At some point in my life, one of my favorite rappers, his name was Uneducated Kid. I will fully eat up any degenerate music. The thing was, I was going to the press release. And obviously, no idea who wrote the press release here. But apparently, Umuti, who is also doing the executive production and he brought the group together, he's a very big creative powerhouse behind this group. And I think that's incredibly really cool. Obviously, you know, always a fan of that when something like that's happening. But apparently, there was a theme that Umuti wanted to kind of portray with the song and this album, and it's two sentences. One, it says, "From this moment on, you shall choose. Will you remain with me in the time that now governs my world, or will you embrace a brilliant, beautiful death as petals fall upon me?" And
Damn.
I'm like, that's okay. That has some weight. What you just said there. Rizz does not. Like that is. There's a bit of a gap, my friends. There's a bit of a gap, and I feel like we gotta close that a little bit. I think there's a lot of cool potential here, and I think if I think about musicians like Taemin, for example, who have done a great job of portraying a darker, a more heavy concept with, you know, a very upbeat, trap heavy, dark, dance heavy track. You know, I think that world exists out there. It's just, I don't know if the intention is fully coming through. I don't know. On the other hand, I do think saying Rizz 5 times, as much as I'm making fun of it, I do think it's also like, it's kind of addictive, like you mentioned, Anita.
It's catchy as shit, dude.
Yeah.
It's catchy as shit.
Well, the thing, I guess, I feel like I'm not going to say the lyrics are like the best thing I've heard, you know, like literary, you know, impressive, but I felt like, okay, it kind of, if we're going with this sound, I guess I had a certain expectation of how elaborate we were going to go with lyrics, but I guess hearing that message in the press release, I do feel that disconnect then.
There's a bit of a disconnect.
Hey, shout out to Moody. He is ethnically Uyghur, the people who have been heavily persecuted by certain governments in the world. Shout out to him. He's doing a great job.
Yeah, I didn't know he had this much.
He was always an interesting person, even on Boys Planet back in the day. Like, he had something there, you know, and he needed to find this place. This guy was on like 5 survival shows or something, like an absolute shit. He was one of those people who was on like, I think like 3 or 4 survival shows across different countries, and like he's finally found this place. I think it's great, and they have such a strong concept and vibe going that it's popping off like way more than it should for this small company. Like, they got 750K subscribers on their YouTube already. They're doing interviews with famous people in Korea. I think they're doing a great job. Please support XLOV. Not very often we get this kind of genderless concept, which is what they're going for. I think it's very compelling. I like what they're doing. I think on a conceptual level, they really have something here, which is unique right now. Right?
Yeah. I think that's a good song. Yeah.
Boom. All right, let's pivot. Next song, we got Itzy Tunnel Vision. They are from JYP, of course. Last 3 songs, Girls Will Be Girls, Imaginary Friend, and Gold. I'll get to the conclusion of my feelings about this song is that I think that this song live or died by this chorus that they chose to put into this song. And unfortunately, I think it didn't come off too well because of it.
Okay. Elaborate. You gave me a bit of a loaded argument there. Why does it live or die by the chorus? And why did the chorus flop? I thought,
what I'm trying to say is, when I listened to the song for the first time, we were doing some interesting things in the verses getting to this chorus, right? I was like, okay, what are we doing here? Especially like when we had like the Yuna part with the eyeball and she's just like saying stuff. I was like, what? This is cool, right? And then we finally got to the chorus and it was dun 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 dun, like ×4. You know, it was that ×4.
It is,
and then you in parentheses times it by like 3 on this song, right?
It's a bit of a simplification of the chorus, but you're not totally off there. I will admit, yeah.
Yeah, it was like the same sound ×4, and then put that in parentheses, and then times it by like 3 for this song. You know?
Did you not like that it was like chanty, like a little bit like? It's not quite like.
I just felt like for what we got outside of that part of this song, I was just expecting something more. I don't know what I was looking for particularly, but once we got to there and it just kept doing the dun 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 dun, I was like, oh, come on, you know?
I think for me it was the decision of how the vocals sounded, because I think it sounds to me a little like a chant a bit.
It's kind of distant too, you know?
A little
yeah. And I mean, and then I don't know if this is a correct term, but for me, the melody the melody they sing, rap, chant in that section, it felt a little unresolved to me. Like something about it felt like I was expecting something else afterwards, but it doesn't quite get there. And then instead of to me, what I thought would have been something a little more of a resolution, it ends up being the part, right? They do a little bit of choreo and it's just
that thing,
yeah, I don't know if to me it felt like it could have been a little, I don't know, it felt a little unfinished in a way. Like I wish it would have been more concrete, like this was it.
In theory, it's not too far off from the structure that Itzy used earlier on in their careers, where you have a more of a vocal first half of the chorus, and then, you know, you do have the second half of the chorus that's a little, you know, less wordy, and a little more melodic, and then you yell ha song title, woo. That's not the craziest thing in the world. But I do agree with Doug. I think the first half of the chorus maybe isn't the most strongest. But I also agree with you, where like maybe the second half of the chorus is also not the most well developed. Partially, probably because there wasn't a lot of energy to carry out from with the first chorus.
Yeah.
The track itself is interesting because it feels like it's in a weird spot. I don't know. Maybe us included, the whole community's been too harsh on these kids. And now, between Born to Be and Girls Will Be Girls, it feels like Itzy has kind of pigeonholed themselves into doing this sort of brass, bass heavy, epic sounding, you know, some kind of, you know, girl crush music. And I do think this is a little bit more refined from where we were with Girls Will Be Girls. Girls Will Be Girls felt like there was a lot of energy that didn't really get resolved, and it kind of didn't. It felt like the producers didn't know what to do with all this energy. Too much energy in my hand, you know. That was the vibe I was getting. Tunnel Vision, it feels like the tempo's a little slower. It feels like we're pacing ourselves a little better. But that doesn't change the fact that it feels like, yes, we've gotten rid of a lot of the things that we complained about Itzy, but now this just feels, you know, we're too far on the deep end, where it feels a little maybe too generic, and this feels like something we've heard too many times in different variations from different groups. And the fact that the chorus is, you know, maybe not the strongest is it's not, these things are not working well together. The track itself is pretty easily describable. It's a trap beat song, but, you know, it's got this heavy booming brass, a lot of sing rap
produced.
Right, yeah. Even that, like, by the way, where like it was produced by Them Joints, like you mentioned, and it has this really interesting intro. Remember that intro?
Oh yeah.
With that glitchy machine sounding sound effect. I was excited when I heard that. I was like, "Oh man, what's gonna happen here?" And then that never showed up again in the entire song. Like, I don't know. Maybe we made too much fun of him with Sticker, and now he doesn't do that with samples.
I don't get the hate for Sticker, but whatever.
Flute. I need a flute. Flute.
I don't mind it.
Oh, too bad. I don't know. The overall sound design, the track itself, the delivery, a lot of it feels very sterile. And that is how I've seen Yujin's rap to begin with. And you know, maybe that's the result of it. I don't know. Maybe the chicken comes first. Maybe the egg comes first. I don't know. What I'm saying is, as a result of what I got, it feels a little flat. It feels a little bland. And it's
also because there's no climax of this song at all.
No. I mean, I think it's supposed to be the chorus, but
there's no raising. But you know how like a good song towards like the end half, we're supposed to raise the stakes at some point. You know what I mean? A little bit. This song just doesn't do that. To be completely honest.
You mean like there isn't really a final arc of the song?
There's not. No. It's essentially the same thing again.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I just feel like with a couple different decisions, this could have been something a lot more interesting for me.
I thought there was some potential. Like as much as we thought it was weak, the post chorus with Chaeryeong,
that part's great. We have something there. Yeah, for sure.
I wanted to see that develop. I don't know. There was a lot of things I wanted to see develop, and I thought was really interesting. But the things that did get developed were things that felt a little played, and I wasn't super interested in that, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's got like 30 million views. They sold like 400K copies of the album, so they're doing fine on a survival stance, you know, just a general financial sense. But you know, man, I just want one of these days Itzy comes, tells everyone go F yourself, releases a 10 out of 10 banger, you know, and they're in the discussion for like Girl Group of the Year. That's my dream, you know. But it seems like 2025 is the end mix year, does it not? Right? Like that's what it just feels like.
Yeah, there's a couple folks in our community, external to our community, in the general K-pop community, that think we are, and people are too harsh on Itzy. I don't know. Maybe we are. Like maybe there is some unresolved internal bias from my end against Itzy, and this is. I'm questioning myself. This is what it is. I'm
not questioning myself, because if I liked the song, I'd be singing its praises, and I'm not. You know, like I don't know if you have some internal bias. I love all the kids in Itzy. I want them to do great. I just feel like whatever the music they're releasing, other than a couple of them, it's just not all the way there for me.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but it's just not. That's the reality. Which is sad, because I want these kids to do so well, and they are doing fine, right? They're doing fine. It's not like we're in any risk of this group doing badly or there being negative outcomes of this. I'm pulling for them to have a banger, absolute banger.
Yeah, I think if you're one of the folks who really enjoyed the last run of Itzy tracks, like Born to Be, Girls Will Be Girls, that sort of thing, this will be up your alley. I think this isn't too far off of what they did there, and if anything, I think it's a tad bit more refined, and so I won't complain too much about that there. For if you're one of the folks who haven't really enjoyed Itzy the past couple releases, I don't think it's gonna particularly change that status quo too much. And I think that's where I agree with Doug. I kind of want to see that change. There was a point in time in my life where I was very excited about Itzy, and I was very let down about certain songs because my expectations are very high. I don't know. I still feel like, despite what I said, we could. Yeah, I agree with Doug. Long story short, I don't need to beat that push again.
All right. Let's pivot. We have another JYP group. We have GIRLSET with Little Miss there from JYP/Republic. Their other song was Commas. Can I say something really quick about this?
Sure.
There was an interview I saw where one of the members, you could tell that they did it. She didn't want to say it, but she said it. She said that Commas was the transitional period, and Little Miss is more like the actual debut. Oh. But you could tell, she's not supposed. That's not what the messaging is for this. So I don't know if that was a reflection of her feelings about Commas or her enjoyment of Little Miss. Do you know what I mean? That was my.
Well, for me, and I'm a very casual listener. I haven't quite been there from the beginning, but seeing Commas and now seeing this Little Miss, I feel so much better as far as like where production is going.
Yes.
The rebranding.
Oh thank God, right?
Yes. Yeah. Sigh of relief.
Like, this might not be my favorite song ever, but at least we got something here. We have a decent budget. We got multiple outfits. You know what I mean? Like, at least I feel like, okay, there's some money behind this. We could do something here. We spent some commas on this. You know what I mean?
Funding.
The last thing with commas was just like, I was concerned. I had major concern. And I didn't even think commas was that bad of a song. It was just more like the production was just shocking. But with Little Miss, at least we have something here. I'm like, okay, we're actually doing something here. So, you know what? Going back to one of the members' comments, I kind of see what she means, to be completely fair.
Yeah.
I mean, it was always really interesting because all over the press releases for commas, none of it said debut. Like, the word debut is not in it. And you go look at the press release for this one, and they're like, oh, like, GIRLSET is back after 3 months after commas. And I was like, well, what was commas? Was that a drop? Was it a release? Was it a debut?
Just,
like what is it?
Sensing the vibe.
What is it, Jin Young? Like what? I agree with you guys though. I'm glad the money is being spent.
Yeah.
Now let's get to the song now. I don't know. It's all right. Here's the thing. After seeing commas, and then I saw the teaser for Little Miss, right? And then when I saw the teaser for Little Miss, I was like, oh, it's gonna be that. It's gonna sound like this. It sounds exactly what I thought it was gonna sound like. Am I crazy? Like,
no, I don't think you're too crazy. I think you're right.
But I guess I'm not surprised that they're going this route. I think it's not too different from commas. I think it's going maybe in the same branch of concept and vibe. I guess it's interesting that they went with a more like 2000s what do you call it? Like it's not quite hip hop. What is it?
No,
like,
I say it's hip hop. Yeah, it's like
hip hop, like dance hip hop vibe. Yeah. It feels. I think it's meant, and it feels a bit retro, like trying to pull back from that era, 2000s. And it makes sense. I think it's trendy. I think it suits them in a way, like in their rebranding. Choreo was nice. I think they pulled it off in that sense too. So I guess I'm not surprised by it, but I think it makes sense. I think it's nice. It works. It's for me at least.
It's got that minimal trap. Light mustard kind of a beat, like DJ Mustard light.
Yeah.
It's like plain yellow mustard, no seeds, no Dijon, no none of that, just straight. One thing that I will say is that is a huge improvement between this one and commas. Obviously, like funding, like we mentioned, but another one is I think this track does. Maybe it's a little too predictable what's going on here and whatnot, but I think it does a much better job of showcasing each member's vocals. I think this.
Okay, that was literally what I was about to say.
Yeah. Okay.
What I was about to say.
It sounds way better. Like I am now finally getting around to figuring out how much of a potential powerhouse this Camilla, Savannah, power duo could be, and like even Kendall too. Like I really appreciate her voice. She is bringing something to the table that not. Remember what is the name of the girl in XG? Harvey. She's like the Harvey of this group. A little bit, yeah.
Her voice does stand out because it's much higher. Yeah.
But it fits nicely. It mixes. Yeah. She has her own part. I don't know. Compared to commas, which still felt like a bit of a Disney Channel Nickelodeon thing. This feels a little bit more genuine. Does it still feel a little sterile? Yeah, a little bit, but it's a huge step up is what I'm trying to say.
It's a huge step up. Yeah. The vocal layering was great. I thought vocals were fantastic throughout. I like what we did with the choreo too, especially that scene near the end where they're in the white room and they're facing each other.
I like that.
Like, the choreo over there. I thought that was a great scene.
The white room? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. honestly, this is a good song. It's a good song. Like,
yeah.
You know, the one thing though, it's too short.
That's another point I had. 2:30 is crazy with like an interlude out, right? Functionally, this song's like 2:15. No, there's an intro too.
Yeah.
This shit's like too flat, you know? Like, what the hell?
Short.
What is that?
I do think they did that so that they don't have to change it up and maintain this attitude in the beat without having it drag on too much. I thought it was. I actually didn't complain about the length too much because I feel
maybe I wanted more. I was enjoying it, so I wanted a little more.
You want an EP.
Yeah, I was having a good time.
You want an album. That's what it is. I don't
That's
disagree
what we
with
need.
you.
Yeah.
I don't know. My main complaint, however, is that it still feels a little too sterile. It feels a little corporate. Maybe it's because the JYP rendition of this genre has been not very successful, and I'm looking at Itzy for that. Maybe it's I don't know where we're missing the creative beat here. But what I will say is this sounds like again, this sounds like a huge step up from their debut, and I'm letting out a sigh of relief now.
Right?
Jesus.
Yeah.
No, I think we're on a good trajectory now. I think the song was fun. It sets a tone for them way more than Commas could have even thought of doing.
I do think I was somewhat worried that they would start benchmarking off of a specific competitor group a little too much. You know, the Grammy nominated rookie group of the year, possibly.
Hey,
I was worried. I was worried that would happen.
They're not though. It's not similar.
They're not, and I appreciate.
I don't know. I saw clips of that the interview. I'm going to reference again. This interviewer was asking them the tough questions. It was crazy. I don't know how they let her ask the questions. I heard this person ask was Commas the debut. They ask, how do you feel being compared to Cat's Eye? They ask. And they ask, how do you feel about KG's lawsuit with the group? Were you surprised by it?
Jeez.
This interviewer asked this shit. I saw 3 clips within 10 shorts. I was like, this lady's going in. And they answered
Maybe they let her though, because I feel like sometimes they want
but
that.
I'm shocked at that they allowed her to ask these questions.
Where was this interview on? Like Billboard? Where was this?
Yeah, it was this Billboard interview, I think. Or is it? I was like,
guys, mainstream media. Don't go on mainstream. Come to SojuTalk. We'll treat you guys well.
But at least go check out that Billboard interview. I was just shocked that they gave them these questions. Like, it was like normally most companies would be like, do not ask about Cat's Eye. Do not ask about KG's lawsuit. Like, those are untouchable subjects. But they just straight up asked them and they answered it.
Look.
That's crazy.
Again, mainstream media. Come to SojuTalk. We'll do an easy interview with you guys. I'm gonna ask you guys what you think of white people at H Mart. That's what's gonna be the question.
Wow.
I like GIRLSET though. I think we got something we're cooking again, which is fun because I always felt bad about the whole Vicha situation. I think that ends our review of the song. We're gonna take a break, but before we take a break, can I make a statement? I've been meaning to pass this by you guys for a while, but I never got the opportunity to. Here's the opportunity. I'm just gonna do it because it'll be funny. Is it just me? Maybe I'm a conde. Maybe I'm old now. I don't want to know what all of these idols' underwear looks like. Man, girl, whoever. I do not want to see their underwear. I do not care for what their underwear looks like. But
are you talking about their outfits?
It feels like these days we're like back in WWE Lita days where we're just showing the thong and underwear's off just cause.
Are you talking about the whale tail? Is that what you're talking about?
It's not just GIRLSET. It's like everyone's doing it, and I don't know if I'm just old now, and I'm like I do not care to see what your underwear looks like. I don't care.
Doug, are you talking about whale tails like the thong?
Yeah, it's like straps? Some other people who did it I saw from Baby Monster, she leaned real heavy into it in one of their last comebacks. I think the hot sauce comeback. And I was just like, I don't care to see what underwear you're wearing right now. Well, relax.
I hate to say it, but I feel like
it's a trend. I completely understand the trend right now. And maybe I'm coming off as old and conservative or whatever, but I'm just like, and I don't care, like, everyone.
I also need to let you know that a lot of these thong straps that you see above the pants are not actual thong straps, and they're just...
There's no commitment.
It's just, a lot of these are just... Yeah, a lot of these
they're
are
for
just...
show.
Yeah, like...
Bro, that's even worse. At least commit to it.
a lot of it is just the thing you put around your waist, dude. It's a fashion accessory.
They're just wearing it for effect. Like,
yeah.
I mean, my pet peeve last year was people pretending they have their belly button pierced by just hot gluing a rhinestone in their belly button. I was not down. I thought that was weird too. But now people are just wearing fake dog thing. That's nuts, dude. Am I crazy? Tell me I'm not crazy. The thinking it's
I don't know if it's better or worse, but I mean, it's a thing.
All right, they're gonna give me a talking to during the break. We'll take a break
before
we go to
interesting take, dude.
3, 2, 1. All right, we are back. I've been fully educated on whale tail fashion. I understand now, guys. Pull them straps up by the side, guys. Let's get it. Let's move on to the next song. We got NCT Dream with Beat It Up. Yeah, they are at SM. Their last 3 songs were Chiller. Oh man, I had this BTTF. What was this acronym for NCT Dream?
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. That's what it was. And When I'm With You, they're with this new track called Beat It Up, which has sort of like a oxing theme, which is fun.
Beat it up, beat it up. Beat it up, beat it up.
All right, let me address the one thing I want to say about this song. I would love to get an interview with Mark and be like, what exactly are we beating up, Mark? Can you please explain to me exactly what we are beating up with this track?
Is there an NCT Billboard interview asking the same?
Yeah, what are we beating up exactly, Mark? Eyebrows, Anita, as an NCT fan, how do you feel about this track, Beat It Up, from them?
I think it's in line with what I would expect coming from NCT Dream. They've kind of been doing this sort of like, I guess, a slightly more aggressive sound. They've definitely evolved from their original, more youthful boy sound. I think as the members also grew up and the concept just maybe wasn't the most fitting anymore. But yeah, I think this is in line with what I have heard from them before. This particular sound I thought was more like, to me, like sounding a bit more like late 2000s, like, or what I would assume K-pop kind of had going in late 2000s. I couldn't like pinpoint a track. Like I kept listening to the beat and trying to think of like, this reminds me of something that I've heard from like 2008 maybe, but I couldn't pinpoint it. But that's the vibe I had with the sound, and some of the decisions they made with the more vocal heavy sections, like the pre-chorus and the bridge, I think had that same vibe to it, which is nice. I think it makes sense. It's trendy.
I think a part of that's coming from these hard-hitting drum loops. These
maybe, yeah.
Yeah, it's got that knocking oomph to it with the kicks. Which, yeah, like that was pretty popular in the mid 2000s. I'm with you. I can't really pinpoint a specific song,
right?
But, yeah,
but it sounds familiar to me for some reason.
There's a bunch of songs in this aesthetic, I think. This one, I don't know. Maybe this felt a little more NCT to me than NCT Dream typically is. Maybe it's the energy, maybe it's the attitude. If I think about NCT Dream, this post maturization. Okay, like you mentioned, NCT Dream used to be youthful, and then they kind of gave that baton over to NCT Wish, and they had a little more funky, tracks here and there. This one, it feels like we're completely moved on from that, and this feels like something we would have gotten from NCT, like 127 or like You back in like 2021, something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
It's got like, there's a couple of motifs. There's a couple vocal riffs that were like, rapping, singing, chanting together.
Yeah.
A lot of it's carried by Mark's rap. I think, again, he brings a lot to the table that keeps this entire song glued. I wasn't as impressed with some of the other rappers early on in the track here, but and none of it felt like it was terrible to a point where I guess I'm calling it now, but I didn't really feel the need to call it out, so I lied. Ignore what I said.
I like this track. Beat it up. There's a couple reasons why I like this track. I thought that the melodic singing pre-chorus was really good. When we all of a sudden started singing.
That part.
I thought that was really solid here. I'm not the biggest fan of like the whisper start of the chorus, but it is what it is. I thought that was okay. But what I really like about SM in general and the songs they produce is that they go for a hip hop focused thing, but they always make sure to serve you the SM vocals throughout the song, right? Just when you're getting sick of it's all hip hop, what are we doing here? They sprinkle in some vocals here and there, and I think it's nice immensely for all of their songs as a whole, particularly with this one as well.
I will admit, like, I liked those bridge sections so much to the point where I was actively waiting for those to kick in. Like, I appreciated that they didn't like just do all of it at the end. Remember, like Cherry Bomb, they did all of that at the very end and that was it. This one, it felt like it was a lot more sprinkled in and utilized as the bridge or the build up to the chorus, and it almost felt, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. It almost felt to the point where the rest of the verses were almost fillers that were based off of the attitude of the chorus, and the main meat of the track were these like, electronic piano heavy road, R&B sections that I liked. I don't know. I thought it was very, very solid, and I feel like maybe that could have been the focal point of the song, but I don't know. That's my wish list, not really NCT's wish list. But you wish to, I guess. So I don't know. You're the target demographic here with NCT.
Well, the thing is, I liked those sections so much, and I think to me, I remember it being in what I would say is the pre-chorus. That when we got to the chorus, I wanted more of that, and instead we get, like Doug mentioned, more of like a whisper type of chanty bit, and also, essentially, what we hear in the chorus is what we hear in the beginning of the song, and it's like the main beat. It's like we're hearing the track over and over again in a way. Or to me, it started feeling very repetitive. Yeah. So I feel like the chorus didn't have a lot of. And I don't want to say it has to be shocking, but it didn't feel new to me when we got to it, because it felt like, I kind of already heard this in the beginning of the song. Yeah.
Well, one thing you gotta say is it might be not the most novel chorus of all time, but they were dancing their goddamn asses off. My God.
That shot with like the demolition CGI bit at the end, that was cool.
Yeah, and even the shots in the boxing ring, they were dancing their asses off, and you gotta respect that. The performance aspect of this song was really fun. I think they had a lot of fun choreo going on, and it fit the vibe of the song too. And the stakes of the buildings coming down, and they're dancing crazy. I thought it was a great ending to this track. It felt like that SM polish was on this track. Whether it felt very squeaky clean, like they knew what they were doing. They knew the strengths, what we got to add in here. Now, I think people might say I wasn't the biggest fan of the whisper chorus. But that being said, there were a lot of good decisions that came together to build this song, I thought.
I don't know. I think you could flip that conversation the other way around and say that there was a lot of polish, but not enough substance. And that's my takeaway with the song.
Okay.
It's a very well formulated formula that we've gotten from SM and NCT several times, and we this is I'm not saying they're following the formula to the beat. I need to complain about that. It's just I don't know if it hits. I'm not gonna lie.
I liked it. I thought it was fun. I thought I had a good time with it. I like NCT as a whole. I thought this NCT Dream track was good. It's also keeping them differentiated from Wish because Wish got the schoolboy thing going on, you know?
They do.
Although the rest of NCT all kind of sounds the same. That's my honest opinion sometimes.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
sound.
and it's a lot of Mark too. But, you know, what are you going to do? He's great, right? He's great. And his part here, bro.
Mark has been so busy.
He's so good. He's so good. And the intro into his part, it just kept going before it actually hit the beat. And I was like, this shit is great. You can keep doing that the whole time. You can just talk a bunch too before we start your rap section. Man, that kid's amazing.
I wonder how he balances everything. Like he remember he did a solo this year?
Hey,
was this year?
Yeah.
Only thing he's balancing is his massive checkbook. Let's be honest here. Like I think he replaces sleep with dollar signs. You know, so I think he's doing fine. You know that triangle like college. You could have like sleep, social life, or schoolwork. Right, Mark in the K-pop triangle. Mark is all substance, so he's releasing content and he's making money, but he's not sleeping. That's what I think his triangle looks like.
Oh man. I hope he's
doing a great job.
I hope he's healthy.
Yeah.
All right, let's pivot to the last song, one of the most anticipated releases of the year, following up the debut era of Wicked and Famous. We have AllDay Project with One More Time. They are from the Black label. Say what you want about them. Very polarizing group. People love to talk about them.
One more time.
My conclusion before I get to why is that this song is really good, but it could have been a banger. Like it was close.
Interesting.
Like I think this is a great. You know, Tarzan's hair wasn't the only thing down in this track. It was also his rap verse, guys. Let's Hey, I'm not the only person who thinks this. I've seen this all over the internet on the Discord server. I think his rap section is the most polarizing thing of this track, and it's a shame because I think the discussion point should have been that speed up at the end should have been the talking point.
Okay.
Like, was that a good decision or a bad decision?
Did you say polarizing for Tarzan's rap verse?
Okay, it's not polarizing.
Did anyone actually
universally disliked? Okay.
If anyone actually liked his rap verse, please leave a comment. I would like to talk to you. I want to know.
I saw one coping comment where someone wrote, "It's no worse than Soyeon's recent raps."
No.
That's what someone was coping and said. I'll
take Soyeon's recent stuff over there.
Can I say this though? I feel like when I heard it first listen, I was just confused because to me, the flow that he had going into it, his section, I just didn't think was the way to go. Like I was just confused why he went that route or why if he was directed to go that route. I don't know what the idea was. And some of the way that he was saying the words, and maybe this is me. I'm not super familiar with rap. I'm not the rap person here. But it reminded me a little bit of Central C. Do people know who that is?
Central C.
homophobic?
Like something about the intonation. I feel like, I didn't think we were gonna go like this in this section. I don't think this is the way we were supposed to, but okay.
Dude, if Central C is like a slice of pizza, I feel like we got the pizza without the tomato sauce, the cheese.
We got the bagel bites.
It's not pizza.
That's what we got. You were expecting some nice New York pizza. You pull up and they got bagel bites. I like bagel bites too. But not when I'm expecting pizza.
There's a slice place near my apartment that opened up like 2 months ago. And they kid you not, they serve pizza that I used to eat in high school in Michigan. And I'm like, this is legit not good. And you're asking me to pay $4 a slice. Dude, like get out of my neighborhood, man. Like this is stupid.
Hey, getting to the song. Number one, hey, Jo-chan singing? It was kind of good.
Yeah.
Whatever he was doing there. Yeah. I thought Jo-chan was surprisingly good. I expected Youngso to be good. The Bailey parts were really good. It just came out of nowhere.
Step up.
I thought Bailey was really strong. Not only in the dancing, because we know Bailey's like, my take is she's like top tier dancer, which hopefully you agree with me. But even her vocal parts were good. And this song kind of had like that classic YG melancholic thing that Big Bang used to do. I thought that like, I don't know, it felt a little blue.
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
Yeah.
And it works well in general. I thought Annie made sense here. And my boy T though, oh man, it was like guy had 53 pounds of words, but at the airport you could only have a 50-pound bag. But he just decided to say F it. And he won 55 in that bag. That's what it kind of felt like. He had too much to say and not enough beats to me. And I'm not saying I'm a hip hop expert or anything, but like I listened to this rap song and I said, whoa, who allowed this to happen? Was my initial thought.
Teddy.
Apparently.
He said, okay.
He said, this is good enough. Let's go with it. Here's the thing. I think there's a lot of good ingredients here. We had a lot of potential. There was, like you mentioned, there was this melancholic beat, melancholic mood, I should say, paired with this very upbeat drum and bass jungle kind of a rhythm. I would say this track leans a little more heavily into liquid drum and bass than your traditional stuff. But then you got these trap change ups. Notably with the Tarzan verse that we've been making fun of. With the beat, it felt like there wasn't as much polish as I thought there would be, and it felt very stock. If that makes any sense, it
feels like this is drum and bass, and then they had this sample, right? Yeah.
Here,
and we got the whoas in the background too. Like.
It really feels like they know that drum and bass is really popular. This is my complaint, by the way, with how YG has been handling Jersey. It feels like they know a specific genre is really trendy, and they're like, okay, let's throw it in. So they write their track, take away the original drums that they were there, and then put in drum and bass drums.
They put in like the cliche, right? Like,
that kind of thing. And then obviously you gotta have Jersey because. I don't know. It felt like there wasn't a lot of thought that went into making this a very well polished, jungle, drum and bass track. And I felt like there was a lot of polish there. There could have been a lot of polish there. I don't know. One thing I think we talked about briefly. I want to talk about that outro, that ending. How do we feel? Yeah. Do we like it? Do we hate it? What are we thinking?
I low-key like it.
Oddly enough, also, I kind of enjoyed it. I kind of thought it was was a good alternative to the whatever festival ending they typically do.
Why are you guys embarrassed to admit it? Dude, this was a banger at the end.
Yeah.
Right? It came out of nowhere. I was surprised by it initially. I was like, really?
Dude, you know how like Annie's like... are you sure you can keep up? I'm like, yes,
that was nice.
Keep up. Bring me more. I can keep up. Don't you worry about me, my friend. Give me 3 minutes of this bullshit. Just do it.
Hey, say what you want about the rich girl in this group. She adds so much with her deeper voice than Youngso. Like having Youngso sing the typical, Youngso kind of sounds like what you would expect a K-pop singer to sing like, to be completely honest.
Really?
But then we have Annie here, and she's a little deeper. And then she drops these English lines, and you're like, oh, I completely understand why you're in this group. Like, I completely get it,
That is...
I think in this track in particular, I thought that all of the girls, Annie, Bailey, Youngso, I thought they all had really good parts that catered to their vocals. Like, I thought it made sense, and they sounded good. Like, I feel like I very definitely noticed them. So that was nice.
Interesting. I felt very opposite, where I felt like Bailey and Youngso were standouts. Youngso, I think, is great. I think she's a generational talent that we're setting on here.
What? Generational?
I think I like Danny on this track. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I feel like she stands out a lot because a lot of what she achieves in the balance of this track should have been achieved by Tarzan, who is not doing what he needs to do.
Okay, fair.
That was my takeaway with it. But I will agree with you on that each member has been so well characterized. Like the production team, Teddy, Kush, the all these creative forces, they have figured out how to sell us these 5 members so well, where it's only their second comeback, and we already know so much about these 5 kids. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I'll leave it up to you. Like some of the, some of us are not a fan of certain members doing certain things or coming from a certain family. That's all up to you. What I will say is I remember all of them very clearly now, and I think that's a lot. I don't know. That outro was so good. Oh, man. Sorry, what are you gonna say?
Here's my thing. If Tarzan had a great rap section there, or let's say Tarzan sang the Annie parts and Annie rapped there for some reason, and it was good, right?
Ooh.
I could have given this song like an 8-9 straight up. Like
really?
I would have been. Wow. I would have. Yeah, I thought this was really good as a whole, but my boy T here. Oh, it's gonna lower the score. Yeah, I honestly think for me, I'm not gonna. I think saying it ruined the song is too harsh on that. But like, it's unavoidable. You know what I mean? It's like when you get a delicious, let's say you go to the diner, you get a great omelet. It's fantastic, right? And you're about to be finished with the omelet, and you find the hair in the omelet. It ruins the omelet a little bit.
Oh
no! Like before you knew
that ruins my day.
Hair was there. Before you knew, you were like, "This was a great omelet. I had a great time." And you found the hair. Or another way to put it is, you had a great omelet, and you're expecting the omelet to be at most with this inflation shit like $12, and they hand you the bill, and it's 22, and you're like, well, that puts everything. I gotta put it in perspective now. You know what I mean?
Can I do a different breakfast analogy? Let's say I ordered a Tex-Mex omelet at a brunch place. I'm like, oh man, I want some spice this morning. I'm gonna get my Tex-Mex, and I get bell peppers in my Tex-Mex omelet. And personally, I'm not a huge bell pepper person, so I finished my omelet. Tastes great, but now I have a plate full of like chopped up bell peppers that I did not touch. That's what I'm ending with here in this track. Is like, I could have eaten everything else. That particular section, I don't know. I find myself skipping a little bit, that's never a good thing, especially with a track. I don't know.
Can I ask you to elaborate something, Warren?
Sure.
Warren, you claimed about 10 minutes ago that Youngso is a generational talent. Explain what you mean by that.
I think she sounds great. Like looks great. And she performs really well. And yeah.
Okay, because for me, like, generational is like Wendy's a generational singing talent. Like
okay.
Literally top 2 of the generation.
Oh, okay.
Like Bailey's a generational dance talent in K-pop. That's my take.
Maybe my usage of the word generational is a little too liberal. I'll give you that.
Yeah, because the current place people are saying generational is like Shohei Ohtani's a generational baseball talent.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Okay.
See, like that's how people are using it these days.
Okay. I do not have enough baseball knowledge to back up analogy, but
Youngso's a great talent, is what you're saying, and it completely makes sense for this group.
Okay, I think people are sleeping on Youngso.
There you go.
I agree. It's because of her personality that she kind of gets, like, we got a lot of strong personalities in this group, or other things to talk about, You got Santa Boy over here, you got Hair Man over here, you got generationally rich girl over here, we got Bailey Suck the dancing machine, right? And we got Youngso, who almost was an island, right? Second place, Are You Next?
Correct.
And I think she kind of gets lost in the sauce because people see her as like, oh, she's a traditional K-pop trainee who ended up in this group. And all these other people got all these amazing accomplishments, but I think Youngso is doing a fantastic job overall.
The reason I say people are sleeping on Youngso is I personally feel like she was the strongest member of the 5 here. And maybe she's not the most unique in a certain aspect, or she's delivering on like something very unique. Like Doug mentioned, she's like a traditional K-pop trainee who debuted through a K-pop audition program. The only thing would be that she dropped out of that. And then jumped ship to join this thing, but at the same time, I feel like her vocal range is very solid. She has a very unique vocal tone. She performs really well. Maybe not to the point of Bailey Suck, for example, but I think putting her on the first half of the chorus each time was I think that says a lot. I think that was a very clear decision there, and I feel like a lot of these other members, maybe we could have swapped out with a different person. or God forbid, a different, person altogether. To be completely frank, other than Bailey, who delivers so much in the performance aspect, I don't think would have had that much of an impact. Youngso, however, I do think that would have changed the trajectory of the song a little bit.
They need her because she grounds them in the K-pop genre still.
Exactly.
Exactly. She really does to me. She makes it sound K-pop to me, which that's a compliment. That's not a negative. That's a complete compliment here, I think. And honestly, here's my takeaway from this song. Although I'm not the biggest fan of Tarzan's part, I'm sure we could get a better rap section eventually. What I am surprised about, what I learned about this group through this comeback, is that we have more vocalists than I thought. I thought the biggest kryptonite of this group was the fact that we only have one singer in Youngso, but we had the other kids singing parts, and they were fine. It was fine, and now we have all these assets. Plus, I know we have more singers here. That's a great combination going forward, I think. The outlook is great.
No, yeah, I thought Woochun has the potential to be a better vocalist than he's a rapper. I don't know if that's a crazy take, but
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also put Bailey Suck on the beach. That shit was ridiculous. What we got over there, right? that was nuts.
I do want to end this conversation with the outro of the song, because again,
back to that. Yeah.
I think that was the best part of all 5 songs combined that we covered this entire week.
Okay.
Oh.
It really stood
out.
Yeah, no, it really spoke to what's popular in pop music right now, what's also not being served up in K-pop right now. Like, if you've been paying attention to the artists that I rave about on this podcast, the underground ones, you realize this is kind of up my alley there. Like, this is like right up there with like Nina Jirachi or like Effie or like Two Hollis or like EK or like System Soul, and like Digicore has room in K-pop. I think that potential is definitely there. Don't ask me to can you keep up? I can fucking keep up. Don't you worry.
And
just put it out there.
If that Tarzan verse was fire, man, I would have given him a monster score this week. Like
the what if.
And I'm a Tarzan apologist too. Not saying I approve of any of his cultural sensitivity issues, but like as a person, I think he's a really interesting person, and I've seen him on Variety, and but like, so close. But despite that, I still had a great time with the song. I'm sure it's gonna chart really well too. Sort of like in the West, how we talk about AllDay Project a lot. In Korea, they pay attention to them for sure. People are very aware of who they are. So we'll have to see how they do in the next coming weeks. That's all the songs we're covering. The other big releases. This is the list after I shortened it a lot. 50/50, Eeny Meeny Miny Mo. Aho Pinocchio. Isege Idol with Be My Light. It was charting 2 and 3 at one point on Melon, that song.
Wow.
Their songs.
That's crazy.
We have with Stretch, Sunmi with Cynical, JYP, Happy Hour, Re-Scene, Heart Drop, New Beat, Look So Good, NTX, Ice Love, TXT Yeonju with Talk To You. But his music video was released. It was more like a music video of 4 of his songs. So we sang like little portions of each of them. We have Just Be with True Heart, On and Off, Put It Back, Plave with Boo, Gravity, Lemonade Fever. So those were the songs from last week. This week's song, Close Your Eyes X, Hoshi, Fallen Star, Identity, You Never Met, which is a unit of Identity with 811. We have Jessie with Girls Like Me, Becco, Rush Mode, Artemis Heejin with Savior, Kiras with Bang Bang, Monsta X, Baby Blue, and then Soyeon from His 9 had a solo debut. She has a new stage name, YSY, which are her initials. And I think she's in higher music now. She had a solo debut with Naked. So those were all the other tracks this week. We're at SojuScore. 2 weeks ago, episode 350, we had Chetty with Pressure, 6.49. Zykers, Superpower Peak with a 5.13. And then the nation score for Mion. We had this Mion Say My Name song. The nation score was a 5.95, which culminated in her receiving a 5.74. The songs this week: XLOV, Rizz, Itzy, Tunnel Vision, GIRLSET, Little Miss, NCT Dream, Beat It Up, and AllDay Project, One More Time. Let me get the stream going up. Boom. All right, the first song we have is XLOV's Rizz. I initially had this song at a 7 when I listened to it, like the first couple listens. But over time, I lowered it down to a 6. I think this is a very solid song from them. I just feel like at the end of the day, I found it a tiny bit repetitive, and the lyrics are wild. You know, that's what I ended up at.
I also gave it a 6. I'll say this. I think it definitely put XLOV on my radar as far as new releases and what they're doing. Because this is cool. I like what they're doing, choreo, sound, vibe. But it's a 6.
Great introduction to the group.
I was all over with this one today. Like Doug and Anita know.
Oh yeah.
At some point today it was a 4. At some point it was a 7. I recorded most of this episode thinking it's a 5, but if I'm completely honest with you, it's not average. It's definitely better than average. There are things that I don't like about the track, but I love the energy that is being brought here, and I think the members are doing a great job. So I have a 6.
All right, we got the devil's number. SojuTalk Nation and Gochu Gang also voted. They kind of agreed with us with a 6 on the dot as well.
Wow.
Let me just make sure this is true. Yeah, it's true. Look at this distribution. We got a
6 on the dot.
Wow. So 6 on the dot. So this is a good song. That's what everyone is saying. Just good song.
Good textbook, good shit. That's what it is.
All right, next we have Itzy with Tunnel Vision. Sadly, I could not get over the chorus. My dislike of the chorus of this track. And I was a little bit let down. I don't think it's a bad song, but it's not like a song that I'm going to go back when I want to listen to an Itzy track. I have a 5. It was just aight.
I was between a 5 and a 6 as well. For me, it also is the chorus. I thought there was interesting stuff happening in the verses. The production by Dem Jones, I thought was also interesting with Itzy, like the pairing of the two. But I kind of wish the chorus would have gone somewhere else, so I gave it a 5.
Dang. I said a lot of things on the show today with Itzy.
You did.
A lot of it being... Thank you, I did, yeah. A lot of it being around the fact that there was a lot of potential that never really got developed. Part of that's the beat, a part of that's the chorus, a part of that's the verse. This was, surprisingly enough, the most forgetful song of the week for me. I have a 4.
Damn.
Ooh.
SojuTalk Nation and Gochu Gang also voted. They gave it a 6.29, resulting in a 5.07 for Itzy's Tunnel Vision. Okay. Next, we have GIRLSET with Little Miss. All right. I think this is way better than Commas. I don't know what I gave Commas. I gave this GIRLSET song a straight 6. I think this is the most 6 song like possible. I thought it was good. If it comes on while I'm doing something on the playlist, I'm gonna listen to it. I thought it was fun, but is it great? No, I think it's definitely a step in the right direction though. For sure,
I agree. Maybe if it was a little longer, maybe we could have done something to push it a little higher. But for me, it's a 6 as well.
Yeah, if this thing was 3 minutes and had some like stakes going, it could have been a 7. I think for sure.
Yeah. I'm kind of with you guys. I think it was very solid all around, but I'm not sure if it was too much more than that. So I have a 6 as well.
guys, what are we doing here? SojuTalk Nation voted. They gave it 6.46, and as a result, it gets a 6.12 for GIRLSET with Little Miss. Next we have NCT Dream with Beat It Up. I'm gonna shock y'all. I think this is a good song. I would recommend this to people. It's a 7 for me.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I enjoyed this one. I thought the vocal riffs were added perfectly throughout, and I thought they really came together as a track.
For me, I agree. I like the vocals where we got them, but once again, the chorus, I just was not feeling it. So I give it a 6.
you still think it's good? I don't know. Not a lot.
I think the other parts make up for it. I'll say that.
Really? I don't know. I wasn't really sold on the track. I think what I really enjoyed about the track, there wasn't a lot of, which was those R&B change-ups, and it felt like, I'll say it again, it felt like the rest of the track was a bit of a filler that was geared towards me enjoying those sections. I have a 5.
Damn. SojuTalk Nation and Gochu Gang also voted. They gave it a 5.67, and as a result, it receives a 5.92. Finally, we have AllDay Project one more time. Oh, I've been dreading this moment all day.
Now or never.
I know I'm gonna listen to this track an absolute crap ton. I can already tell. I think it's fun. But I gotta take points off because of some section of this song. I'll put it this way: if that section was good, I'm giving an 8.5. Right? I thought it was that good.
Wow.
But I get downgraded. I'm downgrading here to a 7, dude. That's how much I think it ruined the vibes of this track.
I was between a 6 or a 7. And ultimately I'm gonna go with the 7. Because I think the parts that worked really worked. Yeah. Is it genre changing? No. But it's cool. It's interesting. There's interesting parts here.
You guys liked it more than I thought I did.
How low is your score?
My score is 5. It's not that low.
5.
Yeah. What I did like, I thought was canceled out by what I didn't like. For my young selves, I had my Tarzans.
I just didn't like one thing. Everything else I thought was good.
I think my list is a little longer than yours, my friend.
Shit. Okay.
Dang.
SojuTalk Nation and Gochu Gang also voted. They gave this track a 6.50. Hey, you guys could say we're 6 merchants, but y'all are too. That's all I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna say. If we average the 5, SojuTalk Nation scores is literally a 6, I think. It's 6.25 or 6.2. As a result, AllDay Projects Beat It Up gets 6.38. Damn, all the scores are kind of close. So the Soju scores are XLOV Rizz 6 on the dot, Itzy Tunnel Love 5.07, GIRLSET Little Miss 6.12, NCT Dream Beat It Up 5.92, AllDay Project One More Time 6.38. I will admit though, while I was listening through the tracks today of all these tracks over and over again, I was hoping that one of them would be like a top 10 song of the year with this lineup of people,
Right.
Yeah.
I was hoping something in here would have captivated me more than it did. I had a couple songs that I thought would recommend, but nothing was wow, song of the year contender. Boom, None of it was like that.
Yeah.
Finally, we're at show winners. Anita, hit us with them.
Yes, so we're compiling the past 2 weeks here. So we got a couple. First off, we have NMIX with Blue Valentine. They won twice on Ikigayo and once on Show Music Core, so they added up to 8 wins so far with that one. Then we have Ahope with Pinocchio, or Pinocchio Hates Lies. I think that's a translation for it. They won on the Show Champion, and Music Bank, so 3 wins for them. And then finally we have N-Team with Back to Life. They won on the Show Champion, and Music Bank, so these first 3 wins for them, I believe. Congrats.
Yeah, NMIX at Inkigayo, I believe, triple crowned as well.
Wow.
And is number 1 on iChart. It's
nice.
them. And then it's Davichi's new song, which is really good. And then it's Golden. Those are the top 3 songs right now.
Golden.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
Hey, shout out to NMIX. You remember a month ago we were like, who's gonna be girl group of the year? I don't really know. It's kind of obvious now. If we only include real girl groups with real people, it's like a to me it's like a 2-horse race right now. I think there's 2 groups you could talk about. I won't say what they are though, but I think NMIX is one of them. Hey, that's the end of technically part 1 or 2 because we took a break already, but we'll be back with the news and events. 3, 2, 1.
SojuTalk Nation, this is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
All right, we are back at it with part 2, so to talk episode 351 with the news and events from the past 2 weeks. We have more news today, more articles than I've ever had in the history of this podcast. I got rate limited by Twitter because they thought I was a bot. So they were not letting me load articles. So I had to delete my cookies, log out, log back in, which gave Warren notifications. And it still rate limited me relogging in too for like 10 minutes. So it wouldn't let me log in, but eventually I was in. I got all these articles, and here's one of the reasons for this. The first one, unless you're living under a K-pop rock, the New Jeans stuff has developed, guys. It was the biggest breaking news of the 2 weeks. First thing, Haerin and Haein of New Jeans have returned to Adore and are honoring their exclusive contracts. This dropped on November 12th. In the West, it dropped at like 3 a.m. This happened. So this was announced. Later, Adore made a statement confirming this. They said, "We at Adore would like to inform you, New Jeans members Haein and Haerin have expressed their intention to continue their activities with Adore. After careful consideration with their families and through discussions with Adore, the two members have made a decision to respect the court's ruling and will comply with the exclusive contract. Adore will do its utmost to ensure that the two of them can continue their entertainment activities smoothly. We ask kindly for warm support from the fans, respect, and we hope that we respectfully request that you refrain from any unfounded speculation regarding the members." So they instantly pretty much confirmed this, that they're coming back.
Just the 2 members, though.
Just the 2 members. But then, am I rate limited? I'm back. But then, like an hour or 2 later, the lawyers representing Minji, Hani, and Danielle made an official statement. They said, "Hello, this is Minji, Hani, and Danielle. Recently, after careful discussion, we decided to return to Adore. One of our members is currently in Antarctica, so communication has been delayed. And since Adore has not yet responded, we were inevitably led to release the statement separately. We will continue to greet you with sincere music and performances. Thank you." So, like an hour or 2 later, a statement came out from the remaining members, Minji, Hani, and Danielle, stating, "Yeah, we're also going back. One of us is in Antarctica, so that's why this is delayed. We haven't heard from Adore, but we're also back." And people were like, weird. And a couple things were weird. Number one, someone in Antarctica is wild. I'll tell you later who that is. People thought it was fake because of this Antarctica BS, right? That was number one reason why people thought this was fake. But then, even up to now, today when we're recording at 9 p.m. on November 17th, Adore has not confirmed the other 3 girls are coming back. So that's the first wrinkle of this. 2 girls come back.
Because there hasn't been any like official signing, or
but it's just people are just finding it odd how like 2 girls are completely in agreement they're coming back. We've had discussions, and the other girls are like, "We're coming back, but we're still in negotiations." Essentially.
Okay. Is this all the articles you have about the New Jeans situation?
Oh no, I got 8 more. I got like 8 more.
Okay, let's get through all of them and then discuss our emotions of what's going on here.
Okay, so here was some background information. Haerin and Haein reportedly informed the agency of their intent to come back about a week in advance, coordinating closely with the label before the official announcement was made. In contracts, Minji, Danielle, and Hani issued the comeback statement through their law firm shortly after without prior discussion from Adore. So that's the background. That's what came out. That's what was shown. The next thing, Minnie Jin made a comment about this because of course she did, right? Essentially, the main thing that came out was that she said yesterday's decision for the members to return was a difficult choice made by them after serious thoughts and consideration. And she stated, quote, "I respect and will support the decision." She said, "I think that New Jeans should remain as a whole as 5 members no matter the situations. I hope that the members will become stronger, that New Jeans will grow into an even better group, and that most of all, that all 5 members are happy. So Minnie's just like, I respect that. We're having our legal issues, but I respect that they're going back. So people were like, wasn't you coming back the whole issue of this thing, you know? But apparently not. Then, so people were like, so what's actually going on with the 3 members, right? The Minji, Hani, and Danielle. Adore scheduled individual meetings with them. So people at this point are like, so they said they're coming back, but we don't have the terms of that yet. So then are they really coming back? Is that confirmed?
Maybe they were in talks.
So they're in talks, right? So another wrinkle of this that people were also mentioned was that they had until November 14th to appeal that ruling that upheld their contracts, right?
That was their appealing deadline.
Their appealing deadline, it passed. So there is no appeal. They are legally back at Adore, right? Whether they want to work with them or not is a different question, but legally their contracts have been upheld and there is no appeal. That's in stone right there. Next thing, rumors came out that Minji, Danielle, and Hani are still demanding Mini Jin return. Adore stated, kind of a gray statement, quote, "It is difficult to confirm the conditions for the return and contents of the interview or the contents of their discussion that they're ongoing." So Adore gave a nothing burger here on whether they're still demanding Mini Jin being come back or not. That one happened there. Next one, it was finally confirmed that Hani was indeed the member who's in Antarctica for some reason. People speculated that it was Danielle because you know how she's been into marathons lately. There was some kind of outdoor marathon thing in Antarctica, so people thought it was her. But no, it's Hani, and it seems like it's just because she's visiting Antarctica, like a once in a lifetime type of thing. You know,
that rich person vacations, what it is.
Yeah.
This one, people kept mentioning, like, so the article started to come out that Hybe was pressuring the members' parents, Hedin and Heian, and threatened them with penalty fees if they don't return. So articles basically started to come out saying, like, yeah, they just pressured the younger kids to come back because they're minors. And then Adore pressured the younger kids, and then they announced that they're coming back to put pressure on Hani, Minji, and Danielle to also agree to these terms. So that's what people are speculating. And then Mini Jin made another statement. The whole statement here basically just said they need to be as 5. I built this group as 5. They are 5 in my mind. They need to be together. That's the statement she released.
Who is giving this lady all this microphones? Like,
well, she sends statements to these news agencies and they post them. Bloody that's the problem.
I wonder who she's targeting as an audience though, because I feel like, is it the members? Like, is she trying to say, like, hey?
I don't know, but that's all the articles I have. That's where we are. That's where we are with this.
Okay. Let's sum this up. TLDR. We now have child genes and adult genes. Adult genes. Okay.
Correct.
Child genes, Heian and Hedin. We have confirmed with Adore. They're coming back to new genes. Adore. They are now a part of Hybe. Adult genes, Danielle, Hani, and Minji. You know, Hani was the one in Antarctica. They said, "Oh, we weren't able to figure this out because one of our members was in Antarctica." You know, but Adore was like, "We haven't figured that out yet. So you gotta give us time." My question here is, okay, Hani was in Antarctica. That makes sense. What about Minji and Danielle? Like, what were you guys also? Were you guys in the North Pole or something? Like, what were you guys?
There's clearly some kind of roadblock, I think, right?
That's not being said.
It's just very unprofessional to put out a press release saying we're gonna come back to Adore after this is legal for Fafel. You know what I mean? Like, just ain't the good look. And here's the thing.
Wait, what do you mean by that? Ain't a good look for who? You didn't specify. For the 3?
For the adult genes.
Okay.
Because if you want to say you're a part of Adore, who is going to be your agency, you say that through Adore. You don't put out a legal statement through your lawyers without the mutual agreement of the other person you've been suing this entire time. You know what I mean?
I guess to me.
Let me make a distinction. New Jeans has not sued Adore. Adore sued them because they stated we're not in Adore anymore.
Okay, fair.
That's a thing people need to remember.
Fair.
Right?
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Technically, the lawsuit came from Adore because New Jeans was like, they need to sue us for,
Yes. Yeah. To uphold the contract.
Okay,
yes.
Fair.
To me, though, the statement the three older members made through the lawyers, right?
Yeah.
I guess to me, it does feel like preemptive, like trying to say, like, well, wait, hold on. Like, these two younger members Adore has confirmed as being back at the label. And maybe the three older members had not reached a conclusion yet. Because it looks like they're talking to people individually. Like, Adore was talking to people. They weren't talking to them as a whole, I guess. And they were okay with people or groups of them saying yes and the others delaying that response. I'm not sure what that looked like. So I think to me, it feels like that statement through the lawyers felt like a preemptive response to say, like, wait, hold on a second, we're still thinking about it, like we're going back.
I mean, no shit.
To be honest, it feels like people are trying to dictate the narrative of what's going on, right?
Okay, yeah. Let's not read too much into what exact conversation is happening behind the scenes.
Of course.
But what we're getting on the external look here is three members decided that they're a part of Adore without the other party in this situation being told anything. Right. Which on face value is just unprofessional. And I get that, this is partially an emotional situation. And on the flip side, I will say it again and again and again. If I was New Jeans, if I was Minji or Hani or Danielle or Haerin and Hin, bro, I do not want to go back to Adore. I will make that clear. I fully empathize with them there. But at a certain point, if it becomes inevitable that you kind of have to do it, you gotta do it. You can't just, you know what I mean? This is a bit of a strange look, is the best way I can put it. Now, I am glad that there are some conversations happening in the background, because legally now, Adore could kick these three kids out and then pull a TVXQ and just have the child jeans be the new jeans. And that, no, I don't want that. I'm sure you guys don't want, nobody wants that. So I don't know. What I will say is it's a bit of a sticky situation, but I guess all we can do right now is wait. Who knows? Maybe some new news will pop up within the next 24 hours because, it's a new week.
It just struck me as weird the way this all went down. Additionally, it's like, I really hope they're not asking for Minijin to be a part of this at this point. I think it's way too late to be still demanding that. That's my honest opinion. I do not know if they are. That is completely speculation, but I'm just saying if they are indeed, that's the roadblock. I think that's crazy at this point for that to be the roadblock. I don't know. It feels like, and I don't think Adore's clean in this either. I know Adore's pressuring the other three. It's clear that they are. It's clear that they're pressuring. So we'll have to see how this shakes out. But all we know right now, younger Jeans is there. Older Jeans is still in discussions. So I would not claim that they're back yet until I see an Adore statement. That's how
I'm not gonna say that they're back until we actually get like some musical release. Like that's
fair.
Yeah.
All right, let me keep going. Next thing, Bang PD is under police investigation still. He allegedly profited 190 billion won from this. Oh my god! This essentially insider trading type thing that he did. He got questioned for 13 hours at the police station.
Damn.
Oh my.
Yep. And then the other lawsuit thing is that so Minijin appeared as a witness in that Dolphiners lawsuit. So this is that whole lawsuit of Adore suing the Dolphiners over the footage that was on that on the Banhisu channel. You remember that stuff? Mm. Yeah, there's still an ongoing lawsuit, and it's gotten to the point now where Minijin is now giving testimony in support of the Dolphiners and their story that they were given approval to put things on that channel and things like that. So that's an ongoing thing too. It's a It's a $1.1 billion lawsuit, so it's like $1 million lawsuit as well here. So that is still ongoing. That's all the hype, adore, New Jeans stuff. Let's get to more fun things. First thing I got, Grammy nominees, guys. It happened. Let me go through all of the K-pop related ones. Rosé's a Pate with Bruno Mars, nominated for Song of the Year. Also nominated for Record of the Year. Also nominated for Best Pop Duo / Group Performance. So she picked up 3 nods right there.
Ooh.
Another big winner was Cat's Eye, Best New Artist. And they also got Best Pop Duo / Group Performance, which is good for them. And then finally, we have Huntrix Golden, Song of the Year.
Oh.
We got Best Song Written for Visual Media. And then we got Best Pop Duo / Group Performance.
And just so we're extra clear, these are nominees. You said winners at some point. Just these are nominees.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Nominees. My bad. No one's won anything yet.
Not yet. Hopefully.
That's crazy, right?
Man.
Nominees.
That's crazy. I feel like this is a pretty stacked year for the Grammys. No? It's just me?
No, it's stacked. It's just like amazing to me that there's this much like K-pop K-pop adjacent representation at the Grammys. Like, who would have thought like Cat's Eye would be nominated for like Best New Artist? That's crazy. No one would have thought that, honestly. But they've had a great year. For
Record of the Year, right? Rosé is competing with Subway by Chaperone, Luther by Kendrick and SZA, Abracadabra by Lady Gaga, Wildflower by Billie Eilish, Anxiety by Doechii, Manchild by Sabrina Carpenter, and DTMF by Bad Bunny.
Jesus Christ.
I think if I had to guess, it'll probably go to Abracadabra or Luther or Anxiety maybe? I don't know, probably not Anxiety. But I don't think a part has a weak I don't think it has a weak chance, is what I'll say. I do think it maybe has a better chance at Song of the Year, where it's competing against Abracadabra, Anxiety, like I mentioned, but also DTMF, Golden, Luther, Manchild. Actually, that's pretty much the same lineup. I think given the nature of Song of the Year versus Record of the Year, it has Apatsu or Golden has a better chance at Song of the Year, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see. Cat's Eye is competing with Olivia Dean, the Marias, Addison Rae, Somber, Leon Thomas, Alex Warren, Lola Young. I don't know.
Isn't Alex Warren favored? I thought. Am I wrong? Or Addison Rae?
I am like completely outside of the whole TikTok country music trend. So if I have to guess, Leon Thomas or Cat's Eye, I don't know. I wouldn't be angry if they won. Like, as much as I hate Gnarly, like I have been excited about their uprise. So
let me keep going though. So K-pop Demon Hunters 2, we gotta wait till 2029, yo. What?
2029?
2029?
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Even Frozen didn't take that long, or did it actually?
Yeah, it seems too long. I don't think people are gonna care 4 years later. But we'll see. Maybe the songs will be great. You know, maybe EJ will write another banger. Yeah.
Okay.
But it seems really far away.
I do have a bunch of coworkers who have kids, and apparently this was the most popular Halloween costume of the year with like elementary school kids. Yeah, Rumi or one of the boy group kids for Soju Boys.
Hey, so. And they are now set to have a showdown stage between Soju Boys and Huntrix at Mama. It's been announced. So
wow.
I don't know, but it's happening. There was another awards show called the Korean Grand Music Awards. It's only its second year, but it happened this recently.
Oh, yes, I heard.
So some day songs were won, right? The one that everyone is talking, I've won Grand Song, Stray Kids won Grand Record, Grand Honors Choice, Grand Artist ATs, Grand Performer, Boy Next Door. This is the one people are talking about. Grand Honors Choice Day Song. One of the winners was AllDay Project. I don't know if people in Korea are talking, but people in the West were like, did Annie's family buy this one too? That's what people were saying and shit like that. People thought it was way too soon. That was the more or less the sentiment of people.
I really cannot emphasize enough that I'm gonna tell you Doug, that this is for you as well. We don't need to cover this award show. These are like random shows that we are paying attention to. For what reason? This award series has no legacy. Like, yes, it's technically the successor for the Golden Disc Awards, but like even there, I'm questioning its legacy.
I don't think this is a good show either. I just wanted to mention because I saw a lot of discussion about this.
I heard about that too. Yeah, the AllDay Project.
There is nothing to be angry about. They won something. It's about it. Move on. This is, guys.
I mean, good luck getting people not to be angry about anything AllDay Project right now.
Fair, but like we have better things to be. The conversation about his hair was much more productive than this. Like all right, putting that out there.
SM Entertainment, first quarter of 2026. EXO full album, Irene full album, NCTU Mini, 10 Mini, NCT Wish Mini in Japan, Hearts to Heart single, Hyo single, Rise single in Japan.
Oh wow,
the EXO.
That's an interesting lineup. So Irene should be fun. This EXO thing's going to be very polarizing for sure.
Oh man,
is that actually?
I think a lot of people are waiting for this for more Hearts to Hearts. I think right now people want to see what we're going to do with this.
Nice,
for sure. But yeah, this EXO is probably the big event here for SM.
A full album.
The next thing that got announced for SM is that they're debuting an 8-member Japanese group called GPP on December 16th.
Huh?
What?
Yeah, full group, guys. And not only are they doing the full group, we got the full lineup with the names and the ages too.
Okay.
Wait, what?
What? Okay.
We got Mika, Mia, Sarah, Momoko, Rinka, Honoka, Luna, and Amani. This Amani girl forgot to add an A because everyone else ends their name with an A. But, she's alone, the Magne. And, they're all between the age 23 and 20. So they're debuting an adult group of 8 Japanese girls in December. SM Entertainment.
Dang.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Is this AI generated? What is Chat GPT over here? Like...
No, it's a real thing. It's a real thing.
Okay. I did look this up. GPP apparently is short for Genkai Toppa, which is to break through your limitations, and PP, which is short for paper plane. It's not what I thought of when I read GPP, but I guess they're gonna break through their limits like a paper plane is what they're trying to say. Apparently.
Too soon?
So this is SM Entertainment Japan, but typically this company has only just managed the Japanese promotions of SM artists. This is their first branch original IP. Is this group GPP?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, I guess it's happening.
According to releases, apparently their main producers will be the choreographer Jay Shim, and then this other guy called Gyonu Kim, who was from Trax.
But all of a sudden, right, we got a full lineup and everything. It's just shocking that they just they decided to do it.
Did not know this at all.
Here we go.
Also, SM Entertainment scheduled to debut their new K-pop boy group in early 2026. The group will include the trainees from the SMTR25. People have seen these trainees up, so it makes sense. This one's not as surprising. This one was expected.
Yeah.
They're debuting another boy group, but that one's more expected. All of a sudden, this morning, everyone decided to post the news about all the companies and their new groups next year. So first thing, the Hybe Global Girl Group, we know about this one, right? We know about this one that's going to happen. Next thing, Source and Pledis, new girl group next year. Both of them. Source has a new girl group. Pledis has a new girl group. Source, people are like, all right, LE SSERAFIM's doing well. Makes sense. Pledis, though, people are like, Wii U. Let's sound the alarm. We effing woo about this company and a girl group.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust these kids. Yeah.
So those are happening. YG Entertainment new boy group 2026. People have photos of the trainees at a concert. Apparently, that happened.
Wow.
I don't know if Treasure's doing the best thing ever, but we're gonna have a new boy group with them too. That's happening.
It's been a while, but yeah.
But so all those big companies, they're debuting new groups next year at some point. The next news. I don't know why this is important, but Yehua changed its name to YH Entertainment.
Okay.
It stands for Your Hope Here Unfolds.
Okay.
But they had a rebrand. I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Did.
The next thing.
Have fun.
You remember YouTuber Sojang? She was sentenced in her second trial to 2 years in prison, 3 years of probation, and a fine of 210 million won, plus 120 hours of community service for posting defamatory content about Wonyoung. Okay. That's a long sentence in Korea, right?
It is, yeah.
2 years is long.
It's not short, especially for this kind of a crime.
The next one is crazy. I told Warren about this earlier, but a robber broke into Nana, formerly of After School, now doing solo stuff, her home on November 14th. Nana and her mother, who were at the residence, engaged in a physical struggle with the intruder and subdued him, and immediately reported the incident to police. And they arrested the guy. But not only was the robber had to go to jail, Nana's mother suffered injuries and even lost consciousness.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So apparently this guy broke into their house, and then Nana and her mother put up a heroic fight to subdue this man.
Fought him up.
They fought this guy.
My god.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Why are they able to? I have so many questions and critiques about people just invading privacy, and I feel like I've heard.
Well, no, Anita,
of
this the criminal reportedly stated he had no clue whose house this was when he did it.
Okay.
I don't know if that can be believed, but that's the statement, right?
Doesn't make it any better.
Doesn't make it any better.
Obligatory PSA: don't be a thief. Just don't break into people's houses. What the fuck?
Yeah, but shout out to Nana. They defended the ground. They beat the shit out of this guy.
I hope her mother's doing well.
I hope her mother's fine though, but that's traumatizing and crazy.
Jesus.
Terrifying.
So the next one, I've been hearing rumblings about this. So there's apparently a group of people trying to create an idol union, sort of like a work union, aiming to protect the rights and interests of popular culture and arts workers, including idols. It's expected to be launched early as this year. So they want to make a union so that idols and workers have better rights in the industry. The problem is, so I thought that was a good idea on face value because unions are good. In general, I support them. But they appointed former Teen Top member Bang Min-soo, also known as CAP, CAP, as the head of the committee. And now people are like, oh, this former idol, he's really problematic, guys.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Wait, what did he do?
Why him?
he's bad, dude. Like, so there are two major incidents revolving him. The first one, he said, like, back in the day, he essentially stated, like, let me find it. I want to find the direct quote so I'm not misquoting him.
So, I have no idea what this guy did.
All right, give me 1 second. I am scrolling up. I know the second thing he did. The more recent thing he did was that Teen Top was doing like a fun comeback in 2023, and he had a live stream, and he said like, people in the comments are telling me not to smoke during my live streams, and he said, you know what's annoying about that? First of all, people who don't usually watch my stream are suddenly watching because of Teen Top. And they shouldn't do that. And I honestly hate that kind of BS when people just show up.
Wait, you're quoting him? That's what he said?
Yeah, he said that. He said that literally.
That's not something you say to
he dropped out of Teen Top because he said that. And then the more controversial thing was back in 2012, he said if he had a son as a child, he would give him everything he wanted. Whereas if he had a daughter, he would, quote, beat her and not let her go outside, is what he stated.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And this is the guy who...
There's other people with better reputations.
He also, to me, my opinion, he won't ever see this, he comes off as very jaded and bitter as a person regarding his experiences as an idol. Like, in general. He comes off as a very angry person. Yeah. That's my opinion, though.
Well...
So I was really happy that a union might be formed. I think that's a good idea. I don't know if anyone would buy into it, but then I saw they appointed this guy. Like, he's spoken out about how his idol life was, but like other things he said are unredeemable in my opinion.
A little questionable, at least.
Yeah. I did find a little bit more information. Apparently, this is along with this Bang Min-soo guy. It's also being led by the Democratic Party's Sumin-sun person. Not exactly sure what their title is. They submitted for official establishment in September, and they submitted supplementary documentation on the 13th of November. So it's coming around. It's coming around. I don't know if I trust this guy based on what you guys just told me, but
I don't know, dude.
A bit of a
Let me
yikes.
keep going. Yeah. Blackpink comeback reportedly postponed till January. So they were gonna try to do it in December. It got postponed.
Are we surprised?
What happened?
I am not.
No. Next thing, 17 Seungkwan and DK reportedly debuting as a unit in January. You know what that means? Right now in 17, if you do a unit, it means you're probably going to the military soon. So that might be happening. Next one, Dio from EXO. He parted ways with Susu Company after 2 years. And he reportedly has now signed a contract with Blitzway Entertainment. So he switched companies.
Okay.
Next one, Miju has left Antenna. That happened. After 4 years, she has left Antenna Entertainment. Next thing, Pentagon's Hui has signed an exclusive contract with Us Entertainment. So he is previously at Cube. Now he is at With Us Entertainment. Next thing, the Even members, which is a boy group, which is one of the groups that stemmed off of Boys Planet Season 1. They renewed their contract with Jellyfish, so they will be sticking around. It is not just a temporary group. They are going to continue to do it.
I'm glad.
Nice.
That one is cool. Next thing, NMIX is planning a world tour. First world tour, North America, Europe, and more in 2026. That should be pretty cool. Next thing, Itzy to plan third world tour in North America, Europe, and more in 2026. And then finally, EXO is going to be at the 2025 Melon Music Awards on December 20th. Anita, it feels kind of weird that they're making like an incomplete appearances, does it not?
It does. But I don't know. I think SM is just gonna go forward with it.
They're just gonna sweep it under the rug, right? They're just gonna
that's sad. Like, oh well.
That's all the news. We made it through, guys. Next week, in terms of the music, Baby Don't Cry, Baby Monster, Kyuhyun, I Did, Vivi Up, Stray Kids, Chaonu, Big Ocean, Islet, Rise, Triple S Unit. There are some big songs there as well. Hey, it's been a long episode. We got through this super episode 351. We covered 5 songs. We got through all this news. It's been fun, everyone. I'm Doug. I'd like to thank Warren and Anita for joining me today. We'll see you guys next time, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
And here's an extra special shout out to all of our Fiesta Patreons on patreon.com. Bagel, Charles, Cotton Ball, Ellie, Gogu Mama, Honey Pools, Incoming Snail, Liam's Games and Toys, Natalie, NJ Parks, South Texas Once, Siu Sumi. And thank you for joining Soju Talk, your weekly shot of K-pop. Thank you, really.